on the way. Our vision is of a world in which it is normal for parents to equip their child with the tools to break through bullying and other obstacles, just as they teach them to brush their teeth so that their child can thrive in life, no matter what. Through mentoring, you can support your child to step away from becoming the victim of a cycle that can repeat into adulthood. This book is intended to support you and your child, providing an opportunity for introspection and enlightenment, as well as practical guidance that will give your child a black belt in resilience for life. Part 1. The World of Bullying. Our work with young people over the last decade suggests that a child is more likely to be bullied than not. Instances of bullying have increased with the rise of cyberbullying, where an individual can hide behind an alias without risk of detection. This first part of the audiobook will help you to understand the importance of community. If a child is surrounded by a negative community, they are more likely to be bullied, while a positive community will provide emotional support. Bullying is not a one-off event. It is a transition that carries with it important life lessons on how to deal with confrontation, stand up for ourselves, and show courage and confidence, and follow our own judgment. Bullying Breakthrough 1. Sebastian. The first major bullying I experienced occurred between the ages of 7 and 11, during the first big transition in my life, changing schools. Not from primary to secondary school, but due to a house move. My new school was in a rural town with few children, very different from what I was used to. It was run by an elderly, married couple with very traditional teaching methods and an old-school approach. Each class had roughly a dozen students with tight-knit friendship groups and clear pecking orders. The other students in my class were ahead of me academically, and the teacher's efforts to improve my work only widened the divide. I was also, of course, the new kid, and fairly small for my age. The stage was perfectly set for bullying. It started verbally with name-calling, followed by segregation and isolation during break. I was picked last for every game, not invited to birthday parties, and so on. Where previously, after school, I'd be out playing with other children in the neighborhood, now I'd come home and play alone. Although quite a confident boy by nature, I soon became more introverted, shy, and unsure of myself. I remember vividly how I was cleverly targeted out of sight of teachers. I remember the fear of rejection and the uncertainty about how the day would go. My behavior worsened as I tried to impress the other boys by acting up in front of the teachers. I began to disregard and resent authority as I noticed others getting away with terrible behavior directed at me. I spent a lot of my time standing outside the headmistress's office with my nose against the wall and my hands behind my back as a punishment. My progress in school worsened, for which, at home, I was punished for poor behavior as well. To build my confidence, my parents enrolled me in a martial arts club. We can only understand the importance of certain points in our life when we look back, and this was one of those moments. When I first stepped into the dojo to watch a taekwondo class, I remember the sense of relief, excitement, and more than anything, hope. I watched in awe as black belts performed drills with incredible flexibility, speed, and strength. I wanted to be them. I had to be them. At the martial arts club, I was part of a community where courtesy and respect were valued, and developing a positive mindset was expected. I was able to speak freely about what I was going through and build the strength of character I needed to overcome bullying. And yet the bullying intensified. It turned physical. At one point, I was held and repeatedly kicked between the legs by the ringleader. Winning a trophy at my first national championships filled both me and my parents with pride. But when my teacher asked me to show it to the class, and I had left it under my desk, the bullies had destroyed it. Heartbroken, I threw the pieces away in the bin for the day. My parents were now finally aware of the bullying. Even as a 9-year-old, I felt ashamed, almost guilty, talking to them about it. Now, having worked with so many young children in this situation, I understand how normal that feeling is. Perhaps even more so for boys, given the stereotypical expectation to be strong. It was my parents' worst nightmare. They tried everything, speaking to the school, speaking to the teachers, and to other parents. But they had